Hey guys, I wanted to just show you real quick before I come into the video, or I get started in my video, I should say, is I went to the marketplace yesterday, which is basically a farmer's market, and there was a gal there who was selling Gunnera. And if I am saying that wrong, I will just post it down on the bottom screen, but that's how it is spelled, Gunnera. And I got this big guy for about $20, and I wanted him because he is something that looks prehistoric. He is huge. He's gonna get even bigger than this. They also call this dinosaur kale. But I wanted this because I'm just beginning to build up my tropical garden. And I thought this guy was really cool. And so I grabbed some of him, and then I'll take you over here. Sorry about the mess. My children play back here too. My elephant ears really took off this year. They were just bulbs when I planted them. But these guys are a little bit in rough shape. These are canna lilies, and I was talking to Hannah from the Tropical Plant Addict, and I was messaging her asking if she thinks that these have the virus, which some of the canna lilies have viruses in them, and you want to make sure that you get some that are that virus free. But she also said, Hannah said, that sometimes canna lilies look like that when they're very young or just starting out. And I know these guys are pretty beat up, but they were only $5, and they are a bulb. And so once the first frost hits, I'm going to cut these down and I'm going to winterize them. And I also saw that the gal who sold them obviously doesn't know her flowers or her plants, because this is not what this plant is. It's a canna lily, but she labeled it wrong. Hannah sent me pictures of what this actual plant is that it's labeled, and it is the wrong plant. So that can make things a little bit interesting. But I saw them, I had to grab them up. I saw Lowe's carried canna lilies as well, and I wished I grabbed some of those. I may still go back if they still have some and put them away for next year. I'm purchasing a lot of stuff that is going out of season right now that you can plant next year, so that I can add more to my tropical garden. I hope you enjoy the video.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily if you're new here, and I just want to go over some of the plants that I purchased in the month of August. I believe this is going to be my one and only haul for this month, obviously, because we're coming to a close on August, and at the grocery stores and all the specialty places, you're seeing all the Halloween stuff and all the Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's already here. It feels like it just passed by. But I guess that's what happens when you have a pretty busy schedule during the year. Hopefully next year things will calm down a little bit, especially for me and my husband. But I just want to jump into the video. I hope you enjoyed the introduction to this video. I got some of the new plants for my garden next year. I'm super stoked about that. I'm really excited about building and expanding my outside tropical garden. So let's just jump into the video and begin. My first plant, this is a rare, at least for me and where I live, rare and common house plants. A couple of them you've seen already and a couple you have not. Let's first start out with the first one, which is a Transcantia. I can't say that word very well. A wandering Jew, which I don't like the name of, and it's this beautiful, beautiful green and white plant that I absolutely adore. Green, you have heard me say this before, the color green makes me happy. It is a color that I just want everywhere inside of my home, not just plants, but just the color in general. My favorite gemstone is called peridot. It's this limey green color, but I love this plant. It had more trailing parts to this plant, but I did not like the way it looked. It looked a little wonky, and so I ended up cutting those, and I could not get over how fast this plant propagates. I did it in leca. 1 week I had roots everywhere on the nodes of this plant, and so I got 2 from 1. You know how much I spent on this thing? It was only like $6 on sale for like 40% off, because one of my favorite nurseries down the road, the Green Thumb, is going out of not going out of business, but they're trying to relocate, and they have not found a place for their store yet. So I'm hoping that Jules, who is the owner of that store, ends up finding a place for them. It's just convenient. It's right down the road from me. I love it. So for $6, I got a 4-inch basically, and then I also got a 6-inch, which is absolutely gorgeous. It has grown a ton. It is so beautiful. Green, white, cream, yellowish white, ivory. It's gorgeous. So this is the first one that I purchased. This is a next plant that I ordered. I have a couple new ones here. Some of them I ordered. Others, you will hear me bring up the store McClendon's. I've talked about that store a lot. It's just a hardware store with surprisingly really nice houseplants. A lot of the things that you usually end up having to order off of Etsy, eBay, FaceUp, OfferUp, or Facebook, but I got some of these from, you all know who my favorite Etsy seller is. I will continue purchasing from her. I love her. Shamika. All of my plants came in beautiful condition. Thank you so much. So I got a small but healthy Moonshine. I love this plant. I have been wanting to get it. I cannot wait till it gets huge. I don't mind baby plants. I love them, but she is already reproducing a tiny little baby right in the front there. And I know that some people have said, or what I have noticed or learned, is that sansevierias are slow growers, but I believe strongly it all depends on where you are at in the world, where you're located, the atmosphere, the weather. All of that, I think, ties into a plant's growth and the health and the survival of that plant, obviously, because there's different plants that grow in different parts of the world. So I got my Moonshine Sansevieria. Beautiful plant. I love the color of it. I love it's like a Seafoam Green. I have one other Sansevieria that is I don't know if it's a variegated one. It's just the common one that you see a lot of. It's got the green and then it's got yellow striping on the outside. Nothing against that plant. It's not my favorite by any means. I don't particularly enjoy the color of that plant. My eye goes towards the dark Sansevierias, the bird's nest ones. They've got even a white, like a really cool whitish Seafoam Green one out there now. I want to purchase that one as well. I love it. It's just foamy and green and lush, and I don't even know how to put it into words. I love the color of it. So enough said about that. Another plant that I absolutely love is this Philodendron Melanochrysum. There we go, Melanochrysum. I have her. She's got a little bit of a war wound, but I don't care because she's got another baby on the way. And right now she is living underneath my grow light. I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. And I'm going to be treating her like she's one of my own. And so right now I just have her parked underneath my grow light. I've got her in some really good chunky soil that I've told you the mix that I have used I've tweaked it just a little bit. Thank you to Kaylee Ellen, just to see, if you're not subscribed to her, fantastic teacher, owner, researcher of plants. I really enjoy some of her videos, but I have tweaked my soil just a little bit with the things that she recommended, and we will see how that works because my plants have all really loved Happy Frog soil. We will see if my plants don't grow like they were growing. I will switch back to using Happy Frog soil with my horticultural charcoal, with my coconut coir, perlite, and orchid bark. We will see. But for right now, I tweaked it a little bit. I'll let you know how that goes. Philodendron Melanochrysum. Oh, Lord help me. Okay, moving on. Okay. It's been a long week, you guys. I don't even want to go into it. It's been a long week. This you have seen. It was in earlier August. I got this Picanha Monstera from Shamika. That is probably old news to a lot of you. She is doing beautiful. No new growth yet, but she is loving life. She is healthy. She looks beautiful. I love her. I love her. I love her. Reminds me of reptile skin or alligator skin, whatever you want to call it. I cannot see you guys or what I am doing. Long story short, I cracked my phone, the screen of it, right over the camera lens. And so I have you flipped around. So I'm looking at the back of my camera and I'm looking at the camera right there. And so I can't even tell you if I'm in the center view or in the center of the camera. I can't tell you if you guys can see this plant or not. So that is why, if you can't see it, I apologize. So there is my Picanha. I also got, well, I'll show you the plant that I've already had, and he's been struggling a little bit. Plants go through shock. Some plants go through more shock than others. I have a Gloriosum that does not ship well. Didn't ship well, but it's bouncing back to life. I have one Gloriosum that is struggling. I have another Gloriosum that is thriving that I am putting to the side for Myra, just Myra, my sweet friend. He actually just came out with a brand new leaf. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. No imperfections. I love it. The other one, however, is struggling and it's having a hard time rooting out. It's not producing roots, so I may lose that one. I can always purchase another one from Shamika. My dragon, this is not the seller's fault. This is not... Plants just have a hard time sometimes, especially when it's heat too. Heat, I honestly would rather get plants in the colder seasons than the hotter seasons because heat destroys the plant. I swear, by what I've noticed, this is just my opinion, this is how I feel, but this guy, he is doing better, but he got super wilted. He was having a hard time. One of his leaves, I don't know if this is actually the color of his leaf. That is he's a little yellow on the edges, and I'm hoping that that's just because it's a golden dragon. But I don't know. I don't know if it's because he's dying off on one of the leaves. He also has this healthy guy right here. And he's starting to kind of perk up to where he looks normal and he's not like bent back and all out of shape. So I just put in a bamboo pole because they do not rot. And I also tied him with jute string to support him as much as I can. So he lives right now underneath my grow light as usual, just until the roots get established. I do that with a lot of my plants that don't have roots, or they're having a harder time surviving in the normal, just everyday indirect light. So this guy, I ended up putting him in water after I had potted him up in soil, put some rooting hormone on him. He sprouted roots like crazy after that. boom, 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 like these big white roots coming out. I've placed him back in soil. He's been in soil probably for the last 3 days. Struggling a little bit, but they just have to get established, get used to it. I have them underneath a grow light right next to my humidifier, which was the tips that Shamika had given me. And I think he is doing beautifully. Some plants take longer than others, and I absolutely love him. I plan on having next growing season, I believe when I start fertilizing him, I'm I'm starting to stop fertilizing because we're going into September. There's a few more plants that I'll fertilize a couple of times, or one more time and then be done, just because the season is coming to an end for growing. So next year, I know this guy will come out with a ton of leaves. I want him to be huge. I have plans coming up that me and my husband have drawn out some drawing plans for my room in here. This is my grow room / plant room / tropical room, but it'll be awesome at the end. I can't wait. But this is my Philodendron Golden Dragon. I love, love, love him. Okay, I know this video is going to be a long one. Next is a plant that I also received in the mail from Shamika, My Crazy Plant Life. I've been wanting him for a while, and people get grossed out by this plant. It's a philodendron, surprise, surprise. I love this plant, you guys. I love this plant. This, I know there's a few furry stemmed philodendrons out there. There's another one that I'm going to be getting too. Oh man, look at that grow. I mean, he has a brand new leaf stem coming out, growing, is a Philodendron Serpens. I love him. He has no holes in his leaves, nothing. He was shipped just yesterday. I potted him up last night, so I still expect him to come out and get his leaf to open up and breathe and get fresh air. He was in a box for 2 days, so he is my fuzzy, furry stemmed plant. I also have on my wish list I'm not going to say it fully, but the Squam, Squam, and it's short for a really long Latin name, and I don't know the name of that, but there's another one that I would love to own as well. But I finally have him. He is gorgeous. I love his leaves. He just looks so like, this is like an elephant ear. He's huge. You see, his whole leaf is bigger than my hand. I mean, and this is just the beginning of how big he will be, and I'm excited to watch him grow. I am ecstatic that I have him in my possession. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. So Philodendron Serpens. He almost looks like an elephant ear to me. Okay, I have only 2 more, guys. That's all. Another Pilea. I believe it's from the Pilea family, or I think it's sorry, I'm saying Pilea wrong. It's Pilei family. I was corrected by one of my sweet subscribers. She goes, it's actually pronounced this way, and she's taken all kinds of courses of classes and languages, and she corrected me and just said it sounds like this, and it looks like Pilei family. It's not Pilea, which I may mess up and not get it right. But I got the aluminum plant. I saw a bigger version of this, probably about that much bigger, and it was about that much wide, or it was this wide and that tall, in the Green Thumb down the road, my nursery that I love, that is closing down. But I love the leaves on this guy. I don't think pictures do this justice unless you put one of those filters on. These leaves literally are silver. They look metallic, and I absolutely love this plant. He's just a baby right now. Saw him at McClendon's, and I snatched him up for only $3. So great deal. I love McClendon's. And then I have one more for all of you. This is in the Peperomia family or the Pelii family. Pelii family? I don't know how to say that. And if you know, it didn't say what this plant was. If you know the correct name for this plant, could you please leave it down below in the comments? I would love that. I've also seen a green one in this in the UK, and it is gorgeous. It looks like a jewel. It looks like something from not even in this world. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I have the bronzed version of this plant, and this is what he looks like. I could not help but love and look at his leaves. He was only $3, and I was like, Jeff, I have to get that plant. That plant is beautiful. I was gonna get 2 to make it look fuller, but then I was like, you know what? It's fine. They were all in 2.5-inch pots. They were only $3, and so I grabbed them. So that, my friends, is the end of my plant haul for 2019. Yeah, okay. Even though we're coming to the end, is my plant haul for August. I love everything I got. I love you all. I really, truly enjoy your friendship. I know I've been kind of quiet on YouTube lately, just a lot going on, but I love you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on Instagram at Illume Life. I'm on there more. I don't have Facebook. And also, if you have any questions, I'd be glad to answer or find the answer for you. I hope you all enjoyed your weekend. I look forward to sharing what I have bought and what I know and what I can share with you. So, God bless. I will be seeing you soon.